Welcome to the third episode of the Weekly Word. Time changed today for many of us as we fall back and reclaim that hour they took from us in the spring. So I thought it would be a good time to talk about time, and that is this week's word. Time is a slippery subject, one of my favorites. It appears as a continuum correlated with motion. We can observe the passing of day and night, the changing of seasons, the phases of the moon, and the span of a lifetime. Perception of the unity of time is fundamental to our experience and understanding of reality. We use clocks to measure time's passage as a way of coming to a general consensus. We have an inner and outer experience of time, the subjective and the objective. Let's explore that. Sometimes we feel like we don't have enough time. Other times we feel like we have all the time in the world. Our inner or immanent subjective experience of time often contradicts itself. Surely you've had that experience of thinking about an event and feeling like it happened just yesterday, and at the same time feeling like it occurred so long ago. And even though the clock keeps a steady pace, a day can fly or totally drag depending on how engaged we are with what we're doing. So when are we rooted in the present? When we are deeply immersed in something. That is how to experience timelessness, when all reference to subjective and objective time drops. And another thing, where are we while time is passing? Even while we're doing something like driving, we can notice that our attention might not be in that actual present moment. Where are we? Are we lost in the past, rerunning events? Are we anticipating the future, worrying about something? Is a song running in our head? Meanwhile, time flows on. Is time real? Einstein wrote that the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. But time is measurable and observable. We talk about time as our perception of past, present, and future. We experience time directly as a continuous unfolding. The present appears to be a constant yet fleeting instant. Time is multi-dimension inner and outer experience at the same time. The outer objective dimension of time, measured by the clock, keeps us all flowing in sync and gives us a source of reference to past and future events, a way to organize and talk about things. I have an appointment at 2 p.m. It's been a year since I moved. I'm going to a concert with some friends next week. The objective flow is like the skeleton inside of the animal, providing structure and stable support for the processing of our experience. We all have a unique perspective. Through conditioning, our experience of the present is determined by our past. In turn, our future present is determined by our experience of a different, now past present. This sounds confusing at first, but through the magical flow of time, every present moment adds something to the past, thus changing our personal perception of both past and present. The flow also influences our thoughts about the future through expectations arising from conditioning. In this way, our experience is literally actively constructed by what we bring to it. But think about it. Conditioning leads to limitation, to limits of knowledge about our experience and about reality. And I'll have more to say about that on another day. Philosophers and physicists have devoted entire lifetimes to the exploration of the subject of time, yet large questions remain. I think they're all missing something, some elusive piece of the puzzle that defies identification. It's steeped in the mystical, ineffable, transcendent, lying beyond our ability to clearly see or grasp it in its entirety because we are in it. A process or primal condition that is foundational to our very existence and reality. Is it a question of semantics? Is it a mistake to label time by its parts? It's probably time to change the way we think and talk about time. All I know is life is beautiful, and in the end, it's all the love we share and all the ways we can share the bit of time we have that really matters. Remember, our words have power. Shanti Shanti is bringing peace to your journey. So send in your questions and comments and check back at the same time next week for another episode of the Weekly Word. See you then. Om Shanti. Have a great week.